Okay, guys, we're moving on with order of operations. I first want you to maybe get out your book pages if you happen to have those and find lesson 13.2. I don't have a page number here. What is that page number? This is the first page of 13.2. It's page 741. So I'm going to try and write this here, page 741. And I want us to remember our order of operations. Parentheses first. Second would be anything that has exponents. Third step is multiply and divide in order from left to right. And fourth step is adding and subtracting in order from left to right. Okay, now, when I look at this problem, it tells me to evaluate the expression as this is. And so we are going to do what's in parentheses first. And that would be this part. Whoa, that was way too big. Okay, that would be this part right here. And 6 minus 2 is 4. And so now we've got 3 plus 4 times 4. Okay, so next, we've done parentheses. We're looking for exponents. There's no exponents. So now we're looking for multiplication and division, and there's multiplication right here. So we're going to do that next. 4 times 4 is 16. And then 3 plus 16 is 19. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Are parentheses needed for this one that's on the bottom? I'm going to clear annotations here, and I'm going to scoot my page up. Are parentheses actually needed for this problem right here? I'm going to make this bigger. Let's see if I can. There we go. Making it a little bigger. Okay. Are parentheses needed? Okay, so let's solve the problem with parentheses and let's solve it without parentheses, okay? So I'm going to write this down, parentheses, whoops. Parentheses, 8 times 5, close parentheses, minus 9 plus 6. Okay, we're going to do what's in parentheses first. And 8 times 5 is 40, minus 9 plus 6. And then we're going to go in order from left to right. 40 minus 9 is 31. And then we can add 6, and that's 37. Okay, now we're going to do this problem as if the parentheses weren't there. 8 times 5 minus 9 plus 6. Okay, order of operations. Again, there's no parentheses. There's no exponents. So we're going to now multiply and divide. So multiplication comes first. 8 times 5 is 40. Minus 9 plus 6. And we've done, there's none of that. There's none of that. That should be an S. There's no more multiplying and dividing. Now we're going to add and subtract in order. So we have to do the subtraction first. And 31 plus 6 is 37. We get the same answer here as we got here. And this one has parentheses and this one doesn't. So why do you think that is? Well, the first step in this problem was parentheses, but when we actually did what was in parentheses, the first thing we actually had to do was multiply 8 times 5. Over here in this problem, didn't we have to do the same thing first? We also had to multiply 8 times 5. So it's interesting, in that problem, the parentheses didn't really make a difference. Okay, let's try some other practice problems. These are funny because they have brackets and parentheses, and basically the brackets are just another set of parentheses. So we want to go to the innermost set of parentheses first, which means that we're going to do the 3 plus 2. And 3 plus 2 is 6. Now I've got 6 minus 6 in brackets, and then plus 4. 6 minus 6 is 0, and 0 plus 4 is 4. Okay, let's try this one over here. Parentheses first, 7.7 plus 0.3 would be 10, or 10.0, divided by 0.1 times 4. Okay, now it's all division and multiplication, so we're actually going to do this step next. 10 divided by, so we are going to, this is actually going to end up being 100. Now, I mean, you can do this if you want to, but you should see that we have to move this decimal once. So we've got to move this decimal once and add a 0, and you can see it's going to be 100. And 100 times 4 is 400. Okay, let's try two more. Two more. In this problem, we're going to start with, there's no parentheses, there's no exponents. So now we're looking for multiplication and division, and we've got it right here. We have to do the first set of multiplication first. That's 25 times 2. And 25 times 2 is 50. Notice we're not going to do that 90 until this last step, and we get 40 for our answer. Okay, on this one, I've got brackets, parentheses, and braces. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to start with the innermost set. So I'm going to start right here. I have to go to the very inside. 20 minus 6 is 14. Then I've got a plus 1 in brackets. 14 plus 1 is 15. And then I've got a times 8 in braces. And 15 times 8 is 120. And then it says divided by a half. Okay, I want to remind you what we do when we've got fractions and we're dividing. Make everything into fraction form, then keep, change, flip. Yeah, that's the action. Everybody gonna know how we're dividing fractions. And my answer is 240. Okay, have at it.